Well, hello. How are you? Welcome back to 9 Years in China with me, the old guy, Teacher Kenny. Um, hope you're doing okay. Hope you're beating the heat. Still summertime here. I'm sitting in Arkansas, central Arkansas. Uh, when I had first was going to China, when I was first going to China, and I knew I was going, and my mom and we were buying some how to speak Chinese for idiot books and things like that. And the schools, in this case, the recruiter, I had a recruiter help me get my first job. They said, "Oh, you don't need to know any Chinese to go to China. You don't need to speak any Chinese." And I said, "Well, yeah, okay, I'm going to China," but my thought was, whew, at least I don't have, my first thought was, wow, or what a relief, I don't have to know any Chinese to go there. Because if I did, I was going to have to do some big studying. I knew ni hao, and that's just basically it, how to say hello. And after I got to China, I just got to thinking. I said, man, that was the biggest bunch of bull I'd ever heard in the world. If you go to a country and you're going to live and work in a country, you need to learn something about the language. If not, you're just isolating yourself from the freaking world. And I definitely was not going to be idle. If I go to a place, I'm going exploring. I'm going to meet people and do things and see things. And I said, it's stupid, just stupid to think you don't need to know any Chinese. So I'm telling you now, if you're going to go to China, if you're going to go visit a country, learn some of the language. For one, it breaks down many, many barriers. Just like here in America, if somebody that's Latino or Asian or whatever, and they're not speaking any English at all, we kind of think, well, they're stuck up or something. But when they start trying to speak some English, we warm up a lot faster. And it's no different in China. If you try to speak any Chinese, the people just will warm up to you quickly and help you. The people in China are so accommodating. The government may not be, but the people are really wonderful. So I saw the necessity real quick to try to start learning Chinese. So I had my books, I had a computer, I'm in China, so I had all my students, and all I had to do was ask them questions, but I remember the very first things I was trying to say was like good morning, Zhao Sun Hao, good afternoon, Xiao Wu Hao, and I would just go around all morning. If I had class in the morning, everybody would walk past me, I was going, Zhao Sun Hao, Zhao Sun Hao, and just to keep practicing repetitiveness, get that in my head. In the afternoon, Xiao Wu Hao, and stuff. And gradually I started learning things, and my first favorite phrase was mama hoo hoo, horse, tiger, which means so-so, just so-so in China. And so somebody come up to me and asked me, well, how are you doing today? I said, oh, mama hoo hoo, and so it became fun to pick up on a few phrases, and all of a sudden you get a little bit of vocabulary. You can go to the store, you can tell people what you want. And if you watch my video about hard consonants, you hear a cute little story about me using the classifier "g." I wasn't saying "g," like "e-g," "liang-g." I wasn't saying it strong enough for the people to understand what I was doing. So that's a cute story on its own. But yes, if you go there, you should learn something, and because you're going to be dealing with people all the time. Unless you are a hermit and you never leave your apartment, you're going to be in contact with people constantly. And if you can communicate with them and make friends, it's just so much better. Now, one thing about I would say about Chinese, though, they have to kind of double learn everything. They have this pinyin system, which is Chinese taken to an alphabet form, and it was designed for foreigners to learn how to speak Chinese, and that's how I learned the characters, the Hanzi. You can learn how to do that, but in China they have to learn Pinyin and the Hanzi, so they're learning their language twice. Then they have to learn, make sure the tones and everything. You know, Chinese has 4 tones, and sometimes it's important, and sometimes if you say the right thing in context, even if you have the tone wrong, they understand what you're saying. So there's some complexities to Chinese, but the basics is really pretty easy. You know, everything is said at the first. The subject or the context is said at first, and it's blah, 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 blah. Because in Chinese, the language can be very polysemic. You know, one word can mean many different things. You know, like sure. You know, that's is, are, am, to be, yes. You know, sure, should have. So some of that can be a little confusing, but basic Chinese is not that hard. And if you go there, learn just the basic stuff, you know, the little simple 4-letter sentences and things, phrases, and you'll be able to communicate. And so what I would do with, you know, my students would help me all they could, and I just wanted to learn a little bit at a time, then I could practice it. Then at night, if I'm talking to students on QQ, I can start trying to practice my pinyin and write the pinyin and see how I do. But in a nutshell, yeah, if you're going to go teach, if you're going there to visit or whatever, learn something. It's just stupid that you miss out on all that wonderful culture, those wonderful people, the food and all that kind of stuff, and because you can't speak a little Chinese. So because they learn English, they have to learn English. It's mandatory. It's compulsory, whether they ever come here or not. You know, English is the world's problem-solving language. But when we're in Rome, you need to do a little bit more as the Romans do. So anyhow, yes, learn Chinese if you're going there. Yes, learn Chinese if you're going to teach there. Yes, 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 yes. But have a great day, and we'll talk to you again really soon. Okay. Bye-bye.